Lane 1, representing Crimson Aquatics in Stanford, 5th place finisher in the 500 free at the 2016 NCAAs, Liam Egan. Lane 2, representing the University of Michigan swim team, a 2-time NCAA All-American in the 1650 for the Wolverines, PJ Ransford. Lane 3, representing St. Petersburg Aquatics, 2016 Olympic Trials finalist in the 1500 free, Robert Fink. Lane 4, representing Badger Swim Club and Indiana University, 2017 U.S. National Champ in the 400 freestyle, Zane Grothe. Lane 5, representing Stanford Swimming and Gator Swim Club, 2017 U.S. National Champion in the 1500, True Sweetser. Lane 6, representing Longhorn Aquatics, 2016 Olympic gold medalist, is a member of the 4x200 freestyle relay, Clark Smith. Lane 7, representing Plymouth White Marsh Aquatics, placed 4th in the 1500 free on Tuesday, Andrew Abruzzo. And in Lane 8, representing Mission Viejo, 2016 silver medalist at the FINA Junior World Open Water Championships, Michael Brenniger. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your final heat, men's 800-meter freestyle. Earlier today, during the afternoon heats of the 800 freestyle, it was Grant Schultz of Stanford Swimming posting the quickest time of 7:57.84. World record in this event is held by Jing Lin of China at 7:32.12. The American record is held by Michael McBroom of Team USA at 7:43.60. And Connor Yeager holds the U.S. Open and National Meet record at 7:46.78. Clark Smith is your early leader for Longhorn at 55.06. Out there with him in lane 4 is Zane Grothe of Badger. Just a couple of nights ago, we saw Zane Grothe absolutely scorch the 400 freestyle, where he got on that outside lane in lane 1, and as he said in his interview, he just basically shut his eyes and swam his own race. Clark Smith, the Olympian in lane 6, was part of that epic 1650 that went down at the NCAA Championships in the spring. 4 guys under the all-time record in that event in one swim, and it was Clark Smith that came out on top, getting it done on the final 50. Sitting back in 4th place, you've got True Sweetser, who earlier this week was able to swim very strong back half in the 1500 and come roaring back to win the 1500 pretty easily. You'll need to stay in touch with these 2 guys that are in front of them. They both have got a ton of speed, and Sweetser probably has to be with them, or I would bet ahead of them going into the last 100 to have a shot. We'll see how it shakes out. Lots of heavy lifting to do. Over there in 2, you've got PJ Ransford, the multi-time All-American for the Michigan Wolverines. You've got Robert Fink of St. Petersburg, the youngster here in the field, along with Abruzzo in 7, both 17 years of age, and Michael Brenniger there in 8, an Indiana native training with the Mission Viejo Matadors. It is still Clark Smith with a slight lead over Zane Grothe. Approaching the 400 halfway through. Clark Smith at 3:53.83. These guys are well ahead of the pace of Grant Schultz in the afternoon heats. Pretty quick pace on the front half of this 800 free. We'll see if these guys can build it from here. Could see a very special time here if they can get it going. About time to start making some noise for these guys. Help them out. Record pace on this. For example, the American record pace is 4:51.17. They turn at 4:53.45. And that is actually under U.S. Open record pace. Clark Smith beginning to extend a lead. Zane Grothe knows the resume of Clark Smith is to have a ton of speed down the end, so Grothe's going to have to stay in touch with him here over the next few 50s to have a shot. True Sweets are climbing back into the race, outsplitting both the leaders. Clark Smith now accelerating, 5:53.15, still in great shape. Zane Grothe off the pace a bit here with some work to do to hang with Clark Smith. He's got it out to an over body length lead. Sweets are closing in on Grothe. 29.8 for the leader. 30.4 for Grothe, 30.1 for Sweetser. Bearing down on the 700-meter mark, 100 meters to go. The bell is up for your leaders. Clark Smith at 6:53.01, 30.0 on the split. Look at the kick behind Zane Grothe as he tries to run down Clark Smith. Right at a body length lead for Smith. 29.8 on the split, 28.7 for Grothe. And Zane Grothe is closing in on Clark Smith. 25 meters to go. Now Smith puts his feet into it. Zane Grothe battling Clark Smith. But Clark Smith will hold him off to win it at 7:50.43. Clark Smith winning in 750.43, followed by Zane Grothe at 750.97. In third, it'll be True Sweetser at 755.29. That will be your top three in the heat, and that will be your top three overall. We'll have you updated results on the scoreboard momentarily for your top 8. How about a round of applause for the gentleman here in the final heat and your champion, Clark Smith of Longhorn. There are your top 8. We need those gentlemen to the awards area. Smith, Grothe, Sweetser, Abruzzo, Schultz, Fink, Weiser, and Yeager. Climbing out there in lane 6, there is your champion, Clark Smith of Longhorn Aquatics.
Clark, a personal best by 7 seconds. How much did Zane push you in the pool, often like he does in the 400 as well?
Well, this season is my first season doing the 800, and I didn't really have a taper time for it, so that's not a shock that I did my best time tapered.
Why do you think you were able to do your best time in this event, even though it's fairly new to you and you didn't have much taper time?
Like I said, I haven't done it before this season, so I didn't have a time. So every swim I've done has been the best time, so it's been kind of refreshing to get a best time back to back.
How excited then are you to swim this and the 400 in Budapest later this month?
I mean, that was the goal after finding out the mile was the first day of the meet. So just kind of put my focus on the middle distance events.
All right, congratulations, best of luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, your national champion, Clark Smith of Longhorn. Once again, our 18 and under national champions from each event tonight need to report to the award staging area immediately following the men's 50 free. Also, members of the World Championship team will need to report to the race ready room after the men's 50 free as well. Ladies and gentlemen, awards ceremony for the men's 800-meter freestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, our presenter tonight is the meet director for these Phillips 66 National Championships. How about a big round of applause for Arlene McDonald? Also, a big thank you to Arlene and all of the Indiana swimming volunteers. We want to show our appreciation for a great week. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge ovation for the folks here in Indianapolis and Indiana swimming. Great job. Placing 8th from Nitro Swimming at 8:01:21, Chris Yeager. 7th for the Davis Aquadarts at 8:00:40, Chris Weiser. 6th for St. Petersburg at 7:59:31, Robert Fink. 5th for Stanford Swimming at 7:57:84, Grant Schultz. Fourth for Plymouth White Marsh Aquatics at 7:57.67, Andrew Abruzzo. Third for Stanford Swimming at 7:55.29, True Sweetser. Your runner-up from Badger Swim Club in Indiana at 7:50.97, Zane Grothe. And your Phillips 66 national champion from Longhorn Aquatics in a winning time of 7:50.43, Clark Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, your top 8 in the men's 800-meter freestyle, and your champion, Clark Smith of Longhorns.